like Sarepta, but you know, I was talking to my Discord yesterday. Like, you don't have to overthink too many stocks. Like, I'll give you an example. So this is a really good speech, I think. So this is your attribution. Okay, attribution. What does that mean? Well, I'll give you mine for a second. Okay, this account I made 40% on Immune. Okay, 40, literally 40%. As you can see from the title, I'm still down a little bit, but let's see how much real time I'm at. 15% at the moment. It moves very rapidly. So I'm down 15%. Immune is obviously, great. It was up 40%. But my biggest loser is D-Wave, which has cost me 40%. And then, I have Sarepta, which has cost me like 8%. And then I have other ones like, I don't know, IonQ is maybe 30% or something like that. I don't have the exact numbers on me. Then I had some big winners, like I had that weird SBET. I made a lot of money on SBET somehow. I just timed that really well. So anyway, here's the point. You're gonna have good trades, hopefully due to skill, and hopefully your bad trades are due to either, they're gonna be, hopefully they're just bad luck, which gets distributed, and your skill shines. You have more skill success than you have bad luck. But to be clear, you will have bad luck, and you will have bad trades too. So you're gonna have like a combination of your alpha and in your wins and losses. Hopefully you have, I don't know, in a given year, at least on big trades, you have 5 big wins and 2 big losses, and this is good alpha, right? And then you have sort of, I don't know what we can do for luck, but we'll call it lambda. And lambda, you're going to have luck as well. And you might get stacked with L's just because of bad luck, not because of skill. Now, differentiating the two is not easy. But you can say that something like Sarepta, look, this was a really unprecedented thing, right? This was fucking nuts. You could have argued you saw it coming all along, but it's a pretty nutty situation. And if the worst thing that happens is you lose 5% of your account or 10% of your account on Sarepta, there's worse things. That's fine. And it doesn't really matter whether you put it in the bad luck column or the bad alpha column. It's an L either way, but your luck is going to be evenly distributed over time. Generally speaking, this should equal this. You don't know when, though. Good luck will come sometimes, bad luck will come sometimes, but you have to be able to survive, the bad luck, and you have to be able to survive the bad decisions. Either way, you're going to have to survive either one of them. And that means you have to have some good trades. But the point I'm making is that, how much of your account are you willing to lose in something? If you're willing to lose 100% of your account in a trade, you better be certain. And at some point, you might say, I'm pulling the plug. I've lost 20% of my money in Sarepta or whatever it is. I'm out. That's perfectly fine. And it's a lot easier to make back. Let's say you lost 20% of your account in Sarepta. Well, you don't have to make it all back. And let's say you want to still be long it. Well, let's say you have a 10% position and it doubles. Well, you'll still have lost 10% of your account, but that's a lot better than 20. And you can make money in other stocks, like another big binary coming up, which will hopefully be profitable. But again, it can go in the bad luck column. So there's no real reason to sort of understand or expect like any given, day what's going to happen in the market. You can't control that necessarily, but you can control the decisions you make and, how much you're willing to lose in something. On a long, you can control that easily. And the question is, how unprecedented of a situation? And to me, what I've said was, well, it's hard for me to see a stock go from 10 billion market cap with a lot of revenue, a lot of approved drugs, to a 1 billion market cap. That's exactly what happened with Sarepta. And if something's really unprecedented, I'm willing to take a big attribution hit. As you can see, the whole quantum thing is really unprecedented. I'd be up 70% this year if I never met quantum, right? I'd be up 140% if I went long quantum. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, if I had boobs, I'd be a woman. It doesn't help me. The point is that, I went short these stocks, and I kept shorting them because I felt it was, and I still believe, it's an unprecedented situation. Now, will I ever make money from quantum? Probably not. And here's the most important thing I'm about to tell you. That's okay. Why? Well, this distribution curve, everyone has one. Steve Cohen, Jim Simons, you, me. This distribution is going to exist for everyone. You will have losers. Every single person on this planet who trades will have losers. The question is, what do you do about it? Will these losers wipe you out? And will these gainers outweigh your losers? But you will have losers. There's no trader that doesn't have losers. And it's just a question of, am I willing to lose on a super unprecedented situation? Yes. The quantum computing rally is insane. It is very unprecedented. These are the most actively traded stocks day to day, right? That's weird. That's totally unprecedented. But what would be weird, what would be bad, so this is sort of like, no loss is good, but I'm okay having unprecedented shit being my losses. Why? Well, what if I went right now to the SPY 0-day 629 calls? Or make it the 650 calls, or whatever it is. That's a coin flip. But if I put my whole account in that and I had a negative 99% attribution I guess that would be down here, on a random 0 DDE flip, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's not an unprecedented situation. That's just a gamble. So, if you're willing to lose money on unprecedented, truly unprecedented situations, Sarepta has taken hit after hit after hit, very weird and unlikely situation. You're willing to take, 8 to 10% loss on it or more, depending on your risk tolerance. But don't take a 90% loss on a SPY bet that you don't, you're just gambling on. That's not unprecedented. The SPY might go up 1% today, it might go down 1% today. There's no rhyme or reason. But something like Kohl's, that's pretty unprecedented. It's a lot like GameStop. It's like a mini GameStop. But again, your position sizing and how much risk you take and how much attribution you're putting on the line. How much money are you putting on the line? That's the key question. Yeah, so I would just keep shorting Kohl's until it goes back to 10. This is just a massive psyop. And this will bankrupt Wall Street Bets out of quantum computing too. Poor guys. Well, anyway, those two trades made me a ton of money. Thank you guys. Hopefully you made some money too.